Hello everyone and welcome to the announcement of Spec Racer Urbie. This is the third season of Spec Racer that we've run on the channel, and this season is hopefully going to be one of the most competitive and intense seasons that I've launched here, with some slightly different changes over the season which I'll get into, and also some new maps, new tracks to race on, and we're going to be having some really cool prizes. So let's get into the prizes first. First place is a copy of Battletech, which has been generously donated by Devin. Thank you, Devin. Second place is going to be a copy of Mafia 3, and third place is going to be a copy of Hearts of Iron 4. These copies will be available on Steam, and as such they're codes that you'll be able to do whatever you want with them, whether you want to trade with them, redeem them, give them to a friend, doesn't really matter. So that will be what's available this season compared to previous seasons. I think this is a pretty good set of prizes, and yeah, I hope we're going to have a nice competitive run for this one. Now, sign-ups for this season are first come first serve, as they have been previously. If you wish to take place, just leave your in-game name at the bottom in the comments section, and I will add them to a list. If you wish to see who's taking place and how many spots are free, they will be listed in the description of this video. Once we hit 12 races, we are full, so we will not be accepting any more unless I have a dropout, and then I'll be adding the next available person. So keep an eye on that until the first race, which will be this first Friday of July. So what variants are going to be available? Well, you'll be able to use any of the standard Urban mechs that are available for C-Bills in the MWO store. No hero mechs. This has been a standard rule of ours in previous seasons, so if you have a K9, you can't bring it. But any other version you are free to use. This season will also be very different from previous seasons, as in the past that we have disabled skills and enhancements, but this season I want to see competitive. I want to see a lot of kills, I want to see a lot of variance here. So I'm going to be allowing skills. The other upshot of this is that anyone who brings airstrikes or artillery who's a spectator, not a racer, won't be automatically kicked at the beginning of the race. On that regard, please, racers and spectators, do not bring artillery and airstrikes. Do not drop them on the track, do not try to get kills, and don't think you're being funny by trying to drop them on the linesman. We want to keep this as damage-free as possible outside of the racers shooting each other, and if any racer or any spectator is caught doing this, the linesman will have full carte blanche to destroy you, and if you're one of the racers, you'll be disqualified. If you're one of the spectators who do it, you will not be allowed to interview any future racers. We will restart that race if that happens. Hopefully it won't. Let's see, what else have we got? Weapons and equipment you are free to change between each race, so make sure that you watch the upcoming videos that will be after this, the rule description. Make sure that you've got the build that you want to use per map, and the order that they're shown in on this video are the order of the races. The first week will be Solaris, the second week will be Rubalite, third week will be Grim Plexus, and the fourth week will be River City. Now, 3 of the tracks are new, while the 4th track on River City is the Fear. All races this season will be 4 laps. I'll reiterate this when we get to the track part. And as such, you will have to build ahead, build in advance, and plan. Please remember that lap 1 of all races are not free fire zones. You will not be firing on lap 1. Lap 1 will be your best chance to familiarise yourself with the track and try and set yourself in a good position in the pack for when you do hit your second lap, when the firing can begin. Points are awarded based on finishing position, but remember, every kill you get during the race will also net you a nice bonus. You'll be able to pick up 2 points per kill as you move across the track and pick up more and more Urbie bodies with your weaponry. As I said, whatever weapons you want to bring. If you want to bring a slow Urbie mech, you can. If you want to bring a speedy Urbie mech, you can. If you want to bring a nice mid-ground, you can. I'm expecting to see a lot of kills in this season. Let's see, are there any other rules that would need to be enforced here? The linesmen will have full carte blanche. They will be making the decisions. If they see an infraction, they will call it out and they will make a decision. That decision could be that the person is docked points, that the person is disqualified from the race, and that the person may be killed outright, depending on what it is they've done. Please try not to cut corners too often unless you absolutely have to, due to possibly trying to avoid, say, blowing your leg off by accident if it's bright red, that kind of thing. If you can try and avoid taking ridiculous shortcuts or accidentally running off the track, and then you may need to just rejoin, then that's relatively fine, but don't try and do it all the time. If you get caught doing it, you are probably going to get disqualified. As a final courtesy rule, though it isn't one that's going to be strictly enforced, please try not to bump each other's legs at the start line. We want to try and have everyone as fresh as possible, so do everyone a common courtesy and try not to bump each other. And if you excessively bump each other at the start line, you're going to be seen doing it, so please try not to do it. It's just to make sure that everything's fair and a level playing field at the beginning of the races. So, without much further ado, I don't think there's any other specific rules we have to go over. We're going to go over to the tracks now. Okay, so track 1 is Solaris. Solaris City I thought was a good choice here. And you'll be starting in the Echo 4, Echo 3 line under the little sort of track area. Now this one is relatively straightforward track, and please note that anywhere that I fire at with my small pulse laser is an indication of other routes you can take. Now you want to continue straight down this road, keep the cinema sign there to your left at all times. You can weave in between the struts there, and you want to take an immediate left down the road and continue straight on. Now I imagine by lap 2 of this part of the race it's going to be quite deadly. Be hopefully a bunch of you all there smacking into each other and firing whatever weapon combinations you've got. You want to continue straight on, keeping these containers to your left, but do not go down the first left there. You can go down here instead, as I mentioned, and then you continue on. Now these buildings here, if you've got jump jets, you can jump over them if you wish, or you can run around them as I'm currently doing now, and you can go on this path, but you must end up on the road system there that I'm firing at. And once you get to this area, this is where you want to run onto, and you have to stay on the road. If you fall off, you have to go back round and get back on, or if you fall off and you've got jump jets and you can jump back on, you can use them that way. Continue along this road as fast as your little stubby legs can carry you, and you will continue along here right up until you see the rainbow, as I'm going to call them. I'm thinking of calling this track Rainbow Row. So you see these double rainbows here, as I'm calling them. When you get along, they're going to be your finish line markers, not the first rainbow, the second one. As soon as you pass through the second one, you have finished the lap, and then you can drop off, and you don't take any damage when you drop off, as evidenced here. And there you go. That is one lap of Solaris Rainbow Row. Right, so our second track is Ruby Row, and this one is starting in Fox 4, Fox 5, up here, with the marker is there. That's going to be the start line. So you continue along on this one, and you're going to be on the high ground for pretty much the entire thing. So the idea in this one is that you're going to have a lot of open space that you can run around in some sections and very narrow spaces in others. So first lap and all subsequent laps, obviously, you're going to be running down here, and you may, again, like the last lap, if you've got jump jets or whatever, you can jump up these buildings if you need to. If you can jump over there, then you can take a little shortcut to get ahead of people. If not, you can go around this way, as I'm going now, because this urban mech doesn't have any jump jets. So when you're in here, you can weave between the buildings, you can use some cover, you can run along, provided that you get to the path that I'm currently heading on there. And you want to get onto this ramp, and then continue straight down. As I said, you can jump over and run across that way as a little shortcut if needs be. You continue along here. Don't if you fall off the sides, try and get back on the route. It won't be as strictly enforced there. But you want to head up this way, in this case toward that awesome, but you want to head up this little ramp and yeah, just eat it. And then continue along this route and onto the next platform. And again, with the last platform, you can go that way, you can go to the right, you can hop over the little gaps as well, as long as you continue on this platform. I'm just heading up on the ramp this way and continue around the left side. Now remember, there's a big hole there, so keep that in mind. So you can't just run straight across unless you think your jump jets can carry you all the way. And you continue along here, and you want to specifically go this way because, as I said, narrow pathways. This is the next one you're going to be running along, and you want to stay on top of this bit. This is going to be a rather tight spot, I imagine, especially in the second lap when the shooting started and people may be all clumped together. And you want to continue along here. Again, if you fall off, please use one of the routes to get back up onto the track. You're still going to lose a lot of valuable time. And you want to continue along here, And you can go left or right around this rock, however you feel, whatever takes your fancy. Hell, if you've got the jump, so it's a guess, you can just jump right over the top of that rock in the middle. And you continue around back to the start point. And again, like all the tracks in this one, it's 4 laps. Right, now this is track 3, which I like to call is Grim Up North. Now this is the start position. Now I didn't record the grid location, but there's only one group of liquid gas canisters there, so it'll be pretty obvious when we get to the race. So continue along, and remember the small pulse laser is the guide. You want to continue through this little sort of channel gap here into the center frozen lake, I guess it is. That's what it is anyway. When you funnel out of here, you can spread out a little bit, you can go wide and whatever else, but you want to continue over to the left here into this second channel. You can go across there if you need to, if you want to avoid fire and that kind of thing, but you generally want to continue here. Don't go to the right, so stay within this channel, go over the little hill bits, and continuing along, basically trying to follow the road as best you can, and then you want to take a right here. And this track is a bit more loose, so I'm kind of expecting people to sort of be all over the place with this one for some sections of it, but you want to head up the hill here, and when you're presented with 3 options, your first option is you can continue along that way, you can go between the buildings there, or you can go round the side of that building. Now for an example, I'm going to go around this far angle. Now don't go down there, don't go down the left hand side, you want to stay on this bit, the sort of flat section. And again, when you go past these buildings, you can continue along straight ahead. You can go again between the buildings, or you can go around to the right side. However you need to avoid fire, or if you want to avoid any, if you want to try and sort of shave a little time off your lap, then you continue along, and you want to go down the hill this way, and you're going to be going into the next channel, which you can see coming up. And try not to go over there, don't go left there, you want to go specifically down here into this area. So this is going to funnel everybody back in again, so you're going to be pretty close to each other, and you're going to be hopefully tearing each other apart, trying to get those 2 bonus points as you go along. Continuing along here, you then want to basically open up a little bit, and then you can go right up this section, because you're going to be going through these little buildings as well. And the idea is that you can run under any of those struts as need be. You can go around there whenever way you feel like, and you're going to be then, you can go there, you can go between these hangar buildings or storage bay, I guess, or warehouses, and there, and you want to head back toward the start line. Now you can't go around the sides of the gas canisters, you want to go in between both of them. That's how it's going to be marked for your lap time and finish. Okay, so try and stay in between these gas canisters, and you'll be sweet. And that's 1 lap of It's Grim Up North. And finally we have the Fiat. Now this is the start point here. I'm in a locus for this one just because it's quick and easy to run this track. So that's your start line, that little bit of the bridge, and continue along here. Remember this one, the medium laser marks the route you're going to be taking. So stay on the road as best you can. If you fall off, you'll have to run back around and get onto the track, or jump jet your way back up, and you will stay on this road. Now remember, when you get to the top of the road here, don't go through the buildings, you want to go that way. Okay, so don't go that way, don't go that way, you want to specifically stay on the road going straight ahead here, and then you're going to be taking the next right onto the bridge. And again, if you fall off the bridge, you get knocked off the bridge, you can continue along and jump back up, or you can go back round. But you have to continue along this road as best you can on the bridge, and you want to keep following it down until you get underground, and then you're going to be going into the little rather pointless little tunnel under here, and then you're going to be going along there and back out into the wide open world of River City. And when you get here, you can continue along the road there, or if you want to, you can break into the road that way, or you can go the road that way. Wherever those 3 you wish to take. So for example, I'll take that route, and that takes you right back round to the start, and that's it. 4 laps. Good luck, everybody. You're gonna need it on the Fiat. So yeah, ultimately, those are the 4 tracks. We'll be running those every Friday for July. So the first race will be coming up on the 5th. Sorry, no, not the 5th. The 6th of July. Followed then by the 13th. The 20th, ending the season on the 27th. So the next 4 weeks are going to be Spec Racer, and they're going to be held on the Friday live streams. So please remember that if you're going to take part, they will be held on the live streams every Friday, which start at 11 PM GMT, or be it British Summertime. Basically, if you're a regular viewer, you'll know when. We'll be doing those at the top of the hour, after we've done the first hour of drops. So when we go to the lobby drops, we'll be getting the race done, and then afterwards we'll be going to the usual silly game types and the like. So, as I said, if you wish to take part and you do have time for that, then you're more than welcome. Put your name down. Remember, it's first come, first serve. If you check the video description, you see a slot and you want to take place, put your name down. If you see it's all full, you can put your name down anyway in case anyone drops out, but I'm not going to be adding anybody after, say, 3 races. It's a bit too late at that point. I don't think we've ever had a full 12 anyway, so we'll see how this goes, but I'm hoping for at least 6 or 7 people in this season. So, have a good one all, and remember those great prizes are up for grabs, and I wish you all the best of luck for the races. Have a good one all. Bye!